Let's talk about this. Building relationships. It all starts here. If you're just selling spots, if you're just selling inches in the paper, if you're just selling color, just quit. Quit. This is never going to work very well. But when you start building relationships, so let's talk about that. How do you build relationships? I'm really, really big on what's the client seeing from you? What can they expect from you? And this is ground floor in the sales process. If you don't have relationships with your clients, your competition does. If they can't trust you, if you're not truthful, if they catch you in a lie, if you don't have integrity about what you're doing, you're going to have a real hard time building that relationship. It starts with being truthful with them. You got to be reliable. My dad, and I'm not saying this because we didn't get started on time, but my dad early on in my life said, if you're on time, you're late. If you're on time, you're late. If you have an appointment, you got to be reliable. If you tell them you're going to get them something, you got to deliver it. Because that says who you are, that says how you're doing business. And it's how you build those deep relationships. As you're going to see, a lot of this is going to circle back. It's always, everything today is going to circle back around to relationships. Understanding. Have you taken the time to know what they're about? Do you have a good understanding of what they're trying to accomplish? Because you can't help them if you don't know what's wrong. There's a little story, and I saw this, and you may have seen it as well. There's a farmer that's nailing a poster on a fence post out in front of his house, and it says puppies for sale. This little boy walks up and he says, "Excuse me, sir, I really would like to have a puppy." And the farmer said, "Son, these are registered puppies. These are full bred. These are expensive. I just don't give away puppies. These are for sale." And the little boy reached in his pocket and he said, "Mister, I've got 37 cents. Is that enough to buy a puppy?" He said, "Well, that's enough to look." He said, "Oh, can I look?" So the farmer whistles, and here comes the dogs, and the dogs come running past the box, and they're stumbling towards him, and he sees the box move. There's this one little puppy that kind of rolls out of the box, and he comes just kind of, stumbling down the path, and the little boy says, "That's the puppy I want. That's the one I want." And the farmer says, "You don't understand. You don't want that puppy. That puppy is the runt. That puppy will never be able to run or play with you like you deserve." And the little boy leaned over, and he rolled up his pant legs, and he had braces up both legs. And he says, you see, that puppy needs someone like me that understands what he's going through." Now here's the thing. If you don't understand what your clients are dealing with, if you haven't taken the time to really know, we don't have good relationships. You got to know what they're dealing with. You got to know what their plight is. Service. Not just service as good as the competition, but as good as you can deliver. If you're not providing with that level of service, you're no different than anyone else. They expect it, they deserve it. Now let me give you a little hope here. It's so easy to stand out. There's never been a time where it was easier to stand out than now. There's never been a time when it was easier for you to make a great first impression than now. Because most everybody's doing it poorly. Your competition doesn't get this. Your competition's not doing it well. So the hope you can take is it's easy to rise to the top right now because customer service by and large is at an all-time low. And I'll talk about that a little bit later on when we start talking about thank yous, but I'm going to end with this section right now by being thankful. Your clients don't know that you appreciate their business, that you appreciate the relationship. You're just like everybody else. So building relationships is really the hard part here. The hard part's not selling them. The hard part's not closing. The hard part is opening the relationship. Closing's easy once you open it. All right. You got to think about it that way. Closing is the easy part. Opening is the hard part. If you open it all properly, this takes care of itself. The closing does. This is not hard, but it's difficult. Now, it's not a coincidence that that stands for trust. You got to trust you, guys. You just got to. That's the foundation of your business. This is so stage one, ground floor. This is laying the footers to try to build your sales building right here. Okay?